Hi everybody, Philip Wade here to talk about something that I've been feeling called to share on for a few days now. And it's about relationships. It's and a fundamental key in relationships that just wanted to sort of offer you a bit of insight on, really. Because, really from a very young age, it became obvious to me that people really struggled with relationships. And that continued through growing up into adulthood, particularly into the work environment and so forth, and on into the present day. That is something that genuinely struggling with, and yet it's fundamental to our experience in the human domain. And yes, whilst it's true at the ultimate level, we are indeed all one, and that is in fact the realization that will flower in you as you realize the infinite silence experientially, that unity, that oneness, that infinite awareness. Actually, we also have to embrace that there's this human experience in this physical domain, and the two aren't separate, and therefore relationship comes into play, obviously, all the time. And I'm reflecting on this a lot recently, and actually what kind of came to me was to share with you was something to connect it with something that you might sort of seem at first to be sort of slightly odd, but it's this. I heard, and I've heard this before, but I heard it again recently from a medical doctor who'd obviously done a lot of work in emergency rooms and people coming back from near-death experiences and so forth. And he was sharing, as I know many have shared before, that not only have people didn't realize that they are not the body when those experiences unfold, but a common comment that comes back from people when they're being resuscitated in the operating theatre is, "Why did you bring me back?" And the reason that they give for that is that they've never felt so totally and utterly accepted in all their lives. A total and utter acceptance. And it sort of struck me to sort of share with you that actually that is a fundamental key in relationship in the human domain. Acceptance. And that's acceptance of that which we see as others. Acceptance doesn't mean condoning the inappropriate actions that sometimes, indeed many of us, will take from time to time, or things like a dictator and so forth. We're not condoning. Acceptance is acceptance that whomever it is that one is relating to, they too are also the infinite silence or the infinite awareness expressed. And yes, they may be coming from ego and so forth, but accepting that person for who they are without having some agenda to try to change them, just being totally and utterly accepting without necessarily condoning the actions of ego. And that's key, really, because we can bring so much of our own baggage to not only the relationship with our self, the energy stored in the emotional body, but also really in relationship to others. We tend to transmit or project some of our own stuff onto others, and this can happen quite a lot and can lead to all sorts of challenges in relationships. Whereas acceptance of yourself and indeed the experience of others is going to put us in a much stronger and more effective place. So acceptance, just like those people on the operating table who had never felt so totally and utterly and completely accepted in all of their lives, is what they commonly say. And I just wanted to do a little exercise now. If you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or on replay, and maybe just close your eyes for a moment, whether you stood up, lying down, sat down, whatever. Just close your eyes just for a moment, and a little exercise in acceptance. And just be open to this. As you close your eyes, just now, just for this moment, what if you were totally and utterly and completely accepted without any judgment about your past, present, or future? What if you could be totally and utterly accepted? No judgment of yourself, of others, this present moment. Just see what impact that has on you. And if mind is coming up with our buts, just simply, silently watch those. Notice that they are there and that you are not them. They're being observed. And the silent awareness is totally and utterly accepting of what is here now. No judgment. No analysis. No conditions. Just simply acceptance. Here you are as awareness. In, through, and as awareness. Will you allow yourself to open to that now? Just being here, utterly accepted. That's all. No test to pass. No conditions to meet. Already totally and utterly okay inside. For that is, my friends, is how the universe sees you, experiences you, expresses you. It has no judgment. I sometimes like to say it this way: truth has no judgment. None at all. None whatsoever. No conditions to entry. It just simply is, and you, as awareness, are that. So if you've had your eyes closed during this little exercise, just see, what was that like? What was that? What came into your awareness for that? And know that that same little exercise you can do anytime, any place, anywhere. Acceptance. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.